Hey yo, what is good, my legendary beasts? It is your boy Nate. The date is October 21st, 2026, 8:45 a.m. And my current mood is kinda apathetic, honestly. The wind's not forcibly pulling me in one direction or another. As the kids would usually say, it is what it is. But before we start this yapping video, I'm pretty sure you noticed when I was talking earlier, I said that it's the 21st, which means I'm recording this the Wednesday before. And yes, that is absolutely true, actually. I wanted to give recording these a day before a try, so I can actually get these videos out to you guys on a set schedule in the morning time to make sure that people that are actually heading off to work actually have something to listen to on their commute, or if somebody's going to school and they're on the school bus, or if they're on like a freaking transit system and they're heading off to school, they can at the very least have something playing in the background. Or if they're basically just doing something active or just doing something in general, they can already have something they can already have something pre-planned to listen to while they're engaging in that activity. God damn it, what was that flub just there? Right now I'm drinking this 20 fluid ounce Red Bull in order to get this video done, and I got this from a corner store that I actually passed by when I was picking up my wife yesterday. And for all intents and purposes, I did not know that they make 20 fluid ounces of freaking Red Bull, and it just seems like something that doesn't really need to be made, but I am glad that they did, weirdly enough. Fuck it, let's speedrun a heart attack, goddammit. So, let's start with what is new in the news today. Trump, the insane bastard that is in our White House, is crashing the fuck out again. Talking about fucking annexing Greenland and all this other stupid shit, pissing off all the country's allies. ICE is continuously on their bullshit again. Dumbasses are going out of their way to justify the actions of these people, even though they're killing multiple people and they have literally chemical grenaded a child. It just kind of seems like there's no end to the absolute ridiculousness that's going to go on in this country. And honestly, I am fucking drained. I'm still going to be paying attention to it, don't fucking get it twisted. But honestly, there's nothing that can happen that can surprise me anymore. Oh, you're telling me that some fucking ICE agent just shot a fucking 12-year-old in the face? Even though I know for a fact that most likely happened somewhere that didn't get reported. I'm not going to be surprised if that information comes out. I'm not going to say that I'm not going to do anything about it. I will be irritated. I will fucking be advocating for justice for that infant. But at the same time, I will not be surprised if it happens. This is a horrible state of the country that we currently live in, and I'm numb to it. Because there's only so much bandwidth you can give to stupid shit before the stupid shit starts becoming normal. It's kind of like the Saints Row theory. If everybody's crazy, then that just becomes your new normal at that point. I wouldn't even be surprised if the president started doing some fucking Saints Row level bullshit and start fucking running on top of the roof with fucking metal bats that look like dildos and start beating homeless people with it. Like, I would not be fucking surprised. Like, there's nothing that this administration can do, or the fucking cronies that like to suck the dick of this administration can do, that will ever surprise me ever again. New York City is getting an extreme cold front. How cold is it? Cold enough to the point where I want to wear my fucking North Face jacket, goddammit. And it's time to pull out the goddamn thermals again, so oh my god, it's cold. Like, at the time of recording this fucking video, let me actually look at this. Let me look at it's fucking 18 degrees right now, dude. It's 18 degrees and it's going to keep dropping because we got a cold front that's coming in to this goddamn state, and it's coming from the fucking Arctic winds that are actually like tail whipping past New York City. So the lowest that I think it's going to get is in like the negatives. It's probably going to hit the negatives pretty soon. And you want to know why this is fucking bullshit and why this is as annoying as it is? It's because for some goddamn reason, there has been like rain spikes as well as like the cold fronts. So be careful while you're walking outside, because there's going to be black ice everywhere. And black ice doesn't denote the fucking color of the ice. Black ice just means you can't see it. Just like slush that's buried underneath snow that'll make you bust your ass at random fucking intervals. So this is a message to all the transplants that are in New York City at this current point in time. Please do the Good Samaritan thing and follow the customs of New York City. And if you're living in one of those brownstones that you rented from the fucking couple that moved down to Florida or some shit, please, for the love of God, put salt on the fucking like sidewalks, goddammit. This is a thing that has always been a thing in New York City. If your building doesn't have management to the point where they're doing that on a constant wintry basis, then that's your job to make sure that the fucking sidewalks are fucking salted. Because if I bust my ass in front of your goddamn brownstone, I'm suing you and I'm suing the fucking landlord of that building, goddammit. Because I had to walk in the middle of the street yesterday in order to go to the goddamn coffee shop because there was a stretch of brownstones that just had ice in front of them. And not the kind of ice that I was talking about a couple minutes ago. No, just fucking bust your ass kind of ice. Still not the one that I was talking about before, but you get the fucking point. Also, I got to do laundry today, and I've been putting it off for like days on days at this point, merely because I don't want to fucking go outside in this weather, bro. Like, it is so goddamn cold that I do not want to go outside to do the most simplest of shit like laundry. Like, I'm not trying to freeze my dick off while I'm going to like fucking fold and press some goddamn t-shirts, goddammit. Fuck that. I'm gonna just wait until it gets a little bit warmer or until I get a little bit more money, and I'm just gonna drop the clothes off at the goddamn laundromat and then just piss off, you know? I can't wait for the day that I actually start making enough money to actually do that on a consistent basis, just like drop off my laundry at those fucking laundromats and then just pop back and forth, you know? Like, I would love to do that. And like, that is the one sign that you've made it in New York City. If you can afford to drop off your laundry at a fucking laundromat with their fucking prices, because they don't really charge by, well, a bunch of them charge by the pound, but like the way that they charge, it ironically includes the bag too. So it's like, it's a weird calculation, and it'll end up being like $60 for like 10 pounds of clothes, which by comparing by weight, since I'm like a bigger guy, that's like fucking 10 t-shirts. So to be able to wash an entire laundry bag of clothes, that would be like what, fucking $200 a week. And if you got $200 a week to blow on laundry, then that means you have made it, goddammit. But in terms of what I would need to do in order to make it big, or at the very least have a sustainable income, which is honestly the bare minimum that I'm looking for at this point. If I don't become a fucking online content creator, then at the very least I want to make sure that I have a sustainable income. So I'm most likely going to be doing a combination of freelance video editing with some accounting work. But the problem is, to become a certified accountant, CPA, you're going to need to do like 8 years of schooling for that shit, which I found out by doing all the research that I was doing. 8 years to become a CPA is wild to me. But I'm still going to be opening that fucking accounting firm. I'm just not going to be the person that's like the certified dude that's like in charge of managing that shit. Because I still do believe that we should be training people in order to actually run the systems that actually keep our country running, and offering people a means in order to actually get integrated into the system, whether that be through actual experience or certifying them ourselves. So I think I might actually dabble into investing in multiple industries, not just accounting. I think I might actually make a bunch of firms or a bunch of certification groups where you can actually get certified or get schooling in a bunch of different key industries to where people actually can be productive members of society. Whether that be actually lowering the barrier to entry for the medical industry, because the only reason why we don't have as many doctors right now is because we only allow rich people or people with more than substantial financial means to actually get into medical school. And we actually do need a lot more doctors, because if doctors had to compete for fucking patients, then there would not be any level of fucking pretension coming out of any doctors, or doctors willing to put their own personal beliefs into their medical practice. We wouldn't have doctors fucking defaulting to an I don't know answer if somebody comes in with chronic symptoms. They would be more incentivized to actually fix the issue. But I don't know, that's just me. In the category of my personal life, I have finally scheduled my GED exam, and I actually did score very high on the actual practice test that I purchased from the GED.com website. So it seems likely that I would actually pass like certain parts of the GED test. I only scheduled the social studies and ELA sections for right now, so I'm just basically going to take this piece made, and only when I feel like I am actually prepared to take on this math and science, I will officially take those two, and then I will officially have my GED, General Education Diploma. It's been a journey to get this far, and I feel confident in my abilities, even though I still feel like I don't know as much as I should. But hey, fuck it, we ball. You never really are ready for anything. You just end up getting more information, and you still feel like the same person you are, just with a better understanding of the world around you. And as far as my content creation stuff goes, I'm actually starting to produce more content, and I'm actually building a backlog of legendary quickies that I'm actually going to start experimenting with. For example, I'm actually practicing on uploading one more video per week in terms of LQs, and then eventually I'm going to upgrade it to uploading an LQ every day. And then I'm going to try and transition into uploading a legendary plays twice a week. And then I'm going to try and transition from that into uploading a legendary story time once a week, and also 2 gameplays every week. Because I want to make this work long term. I just farted. And I want to make this as consistent of a career path as possible, so I might as well try and take it as seriously as possible and bring in as many more new members to the Sauce Clan as possible by giving you guys the content you so crave. Which makes me happy to announce that this Friday, I'm going to be uploading a Legends play video. So at the very least, you have that to look forward to. It's about Fate, and I'm fully going to go into detail about my enjoyment of the game, why I like it so much, and the different mechanics that are existent in the game. A bunch of stuff, a bunch of stuff, actually. And I'm going to try more experimental things with my content, like actually including my face in more videos as well. But I'm probably going to need to make a transitional animation to where it makes more sense to transition into live action footage, because I will be honest, when people just see my blanket face in a video and not the demo man anymore, they're more inclined to just swipe past or scroll past the video. So I want people to get used to seeing my face, or at the very least better associate my face with my content, so people are more used to actually seeing what I look like. Because I don't want to build a reputation as a faceless YouTuber, so I think I should probably like do more live action stuff, or at the very least live action commentaries like Critical does. What's up, everybody? It's LilSauceLegend. Okay, that was fucking cringe. Oh my god. Also, I actually found a really good, I have actually found like a really good repertoire of like reserve of like royalty-free music that I could use for my commentaries and gameplays. And it's from a creator known as Alexander Nakarta. Alexander Nakarta. He made a he's basically like the creator, or at the very least he is a, like, as far as I know about him, he basically creates a bunch of like royalty free music. Now the thing is, just because it's royalty free doesn't mean that it is like immune to like receiving credit. Like, so he does allow people to use his music and monetize the creations that they make with his music in it. It's just that you just don't be a dick and not credit him in the comments, you know? Not the comments, but like the description of the video. So I think I'm going to be using a mixture of a bunch of different artists' music, and I really appreciate whenever anyone has the like willingness to like put music out there for like people in creative industries like this, or people that don't have the money to like pay for creative licenses and stuff like that all the goddamn time. So much respect to Alexander for doing this, and I appreciate the fact that he has a bunch of different genres and a bunch of different vibes of music. If there's anybody else that does stuff like this, and there are any creators that are willing to like talk about that in the comments down below, let's freaking get this discussion going. Let's make these artists and make these creators more known amongst like the creative industry, so their music can freaking proliferate and go further, because people that are willing to do this deserve all of the freaking praise that they so rightly deserve, honestly. Now, the reason why I wanted to find a new artist to actually use the music, like to have background music for, like to basically get background music from, is because this is like the honest to God problem with like the YouTube audio library. I don't think they update it anymore. I don't think they update the YouTube audio library anymore. And I don't think there has been any recent music that has been added to the audio library in a long ass time. So much so that like the funny, goofy music that people would normally have in the background, I'm just gonna say it bluntly. People hear Kevin MacLeod so goddamn much that it's oversaturated the fucking internet space so much that basically it's like you don't need, like, it's basically so much so to the point where it's like, oh my gosh, like how many times are we gonna hear fluffing a duck or spinning monkey, you know? And it's not that it's bad music, it's fucking fantastic music. It's the fact that so many goddamn people use it to the point where it makes you roll your eyes anytime you freaking hear it. And that's the problem. And I don't want to sound like I'm a freaking hipster, but anybody that actually that watches content so much, like on YouTube or any other platform, you immediately recognize that problem of oversaturation of certain royalty-free music. I'll still use Kevin MacLeod's music because he's a fucking fantastic composer. And his music is actually just so iconic to certain like vibes and energies. I just want to make sure that I'm equally giving other artists like the recognition that they deserve, you know? Right now I'm currently making dinner for me and my wife. I'm making some chicken thighs with rice and stir-fried vegetables. The seasoning that I use is basically some random fucking seasoning that I find on the shelf of Target. And I make it into what I like to call a fuck it tray. Where I basically just toss a bunch of meats and different vegetables onto a tray, throw it into the oven, put some rice in the rice cooker, turn that on, leave it for like 45 minutes just so I know that the rice is done cooking and the chicken is done cooking all the way through. And then I come back and then I just take everything out of the freaking oven, take everything out of the rice cooker, serve me and her a plate, and then just put the leftovers in a fucking Tupperware container and just toss that in the fridge. Like, it is the easiest goddamn thing to do, and 9 times out of 10 it comes out delicious. So like, if you ever have a problem with like freaking trying to cook or understanding, oh, what kind of seasoning should I use for this dish, or like I don't know what to cook, just make a fuck off plate. Just toss whatever meats you want into a dish, toss some vegetables on it because every plate needs to have something green or some kind of vegetable. Toss that in the oven, put on some rice, and if you don't want vegetables, put on some beans, and then just fucking take that off of the stove, take that shit out of the oven, take out the rice, throw it on a plate, and then just fucking scarf it down. Fuck it. Like, there does need to be like a YouTube, like Russian roulette kind of style thing where it's like, oh, pick a random recipe for me out of like all the videos that are on YouTube, and then it just basically gives you a Russian roulette recipe to follow, and then now you gotta cook. Actually, that sounds really fucking fun. That actually does sound pretty fucking fun. Also, in terms of like cooking and shit, I think I am a different kind of autistic, and it's like, I don't have like sensory issues where it's like, cause like one of the videos that I saw on YouTube was like a binge compilation of like Tumblr posts from a guy. I'm not really sure what his name was. Let me scroll back. PM Seymour. Yeah, PM Seymour. He basically did like a binge compilation like 2 years ago. Oh god, my fucking recommendation page is so goddamn outdated. But like, there was a video there was a post, like a Tumblr post that he pointed out, and it spoke to me on an ethereal level to the point where it's like, oh god, that is so true. Cause it's like, there are 2 kinds of autistic people when it comes to food and like eating habits. There are the autistic people that like only eats like carbs and like fucking and just like fucking easy to make food and like no flavor whatsoever, like the bland stuff. And there's those type of autistic people who get like overwhelmed by different conflicting textures and flavors all the time. And if they're interacting within like a similar vein within like that same dish that they're eating, it will like irritate the shit out of them. But there are the opposite side of the coin autistic people who cannot eat something if it's too fucking bland. And I'm on that side. Like I have a bottle of sriracha in my bedroom. That's how bad it is, dude. Like, sriracha and honey are the main two ingredients that I always have on tap, and I always mix them together because sweet and spicy are my favorite combos to mix. And it's basically like Coke to me. Anytime that I mix up some freaking sriracha and honey, I swear to you, if you try that, you are going to get addicted to it, and it's really, really freaking good. Sriracha mixed with honey, like, dude, you will have that in your daggone refrigerator at all times if you do that. So do it with caution. What else is there that I can talk about? Oh yeah, I think I already talked about me playing the game Fate for a YouTube Let's Play. I just realized that the audio in the background of the footage that I recorded is basically like constantly on, like the music in the background, and I'm not trying to get copyrighted. So I basically was able to figure out how to re-record the footage and like I just basically deleted the fucking music that's in the game files. I just deleted the music that's in the game files. I'm playing it right now, actually. I deleted the music that's in the game files, and I'm not playing the game. I'm not playing the version of the game that's like going to be in the Let's Play itself, so don't worry. I deleted the footage that was I deleted the footage, and I'm gonna re-record it soon. It's just like I'm probably gonna re-record it tomorrow, actually. But I basically just deleted the fucking files that correlate to the music in the game's files itself, so I can just remove the music entirely, so I don't get copyrighted, number one. And number two, I sometimes just like the silence, you know? Not saying that the music isn't good. It's really good. Like, the music is really good, and it gives off like a folk tale kind of freaking vibe. It's just that, number one, I don't want to get copyrighted, so whenever there's music in a game, I just usually turn it off, because like 9 times out of 10, the music in video games are copyrighted, so I don't even try to like play with that fire. So it's like a second nature thing for me to just turn the music off now, which is kind of low-key sad, but you know, it's whatever at this point. Other than that, yeah, I really am going to enjoy the way that the gameplay footage is going to come out. I actually came up with a pneumatic device to actually remind myself to keep talking in Let's Plays so that I don't fall into the trap of like dead air and have to freaking do post commentary so goddamn much. So the pneumatic device that I came up with is I set up a 5-minute interval timer, and if 5 minutes have gone past without me going on a tangent about something, I have to like improv the rest of like I have to improv for like 5 minutes straight so I can intentionally get something to put in the video, you know? It sounds weird, but anybody who's actively recorded gameplay footage knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's kind of difficult to be on all the time. That's like being the stereotypical class clown in school and having to always crack jokes, always be funny, always be like on all the goddamn time. And it sometimes sounds like it, and that's why I don't live stream, honestly, because I know dead air will be common for me, because I know dead air would be common for me, mainly due to the fact that, like, let me take this charm back out of his inventory. I know that dead air would be common for me because of the fact that I am not somebody who is naturally talkative. The only reason why these yapping videos exist currently is because sometimes my autism takes over, or my ADHD takes over more specifically. My ADHD takes over, and I basically go off on a tangent about something that I am really passionate about, and then the hyper focus takes over, and it basically sustains the interest for as long as I'm talking for. And it's a little odd, but it's what I've gotten used to about my personality at this point now, and I like that about myself, and I wouldn't change anything about myself for anybody, because I like me, and I like the way that I am. What else do I think about right now? Oh, that's what I want to talk about, actually, because one thing that I actually just had to do recently was I had to re-fucking schedule, like, this is happening later on in the day, actually, so I'm finishing up this recording, like, at fucking 7:50 in the afternoon, so, like, yeah, this has basically been an entire day of stuff that's been going on. So I had to actually not cancel entirely, but like reschedule my freaking exam, because my GED exam that I told you about in the earlier parts of the video, I had to reschedule it because I called up my freaking psychiatrist because I just realized that I'm out of medication. Like, because I have like literally clinically diagnosed ADHD, so I have to take Ritalin. So the problem is, because I have to take Ritalin, it basically helps me focus. It helps me focus, and it basically makes it so that I can actually do things for extended periods of time. And the test that I'm going to take is going to be the fucking ELA and the social studies freaking things. And as everybody knows, when it comes to ADHD, those two are like the fucking bane of our existence. Like the reading tests and like the reading ones and the remember specific bits of information without getting distracted kinds of fucking tests are the ones that are like the bane of our existences. So I need Ritalin in order to fucking make sure that I can do the test properly and stay focused and not go off on a tangent or fucking get distracted or basically skim read a bunch of passages and a bunch of fucking text in the test. So I need to make sure that I have my medication, but the problem is my fucking psychiatrist had no available open slots to actually renew my fucking medication prescription because I forgot that I didn't refill my medication. And the problem is you can't just order a fucking refill on your prescription over the phone or through applications when it comes to controlled substances like this. And the reason why is because people abuse the medication and they will assume that you are abusing it if you fucking call in being like, hey, I just want a prescription refill. I don't want to have to come all the way down to the fucking offices to refill the goddamn prescription and fucking like waste the bus fare and all that other shit. But you know, there's no way that you can do that without the United States healthcare system looking at you like you're a fucking, pardon my French, but junkie. And it's irritating because I actually do need this medication, and it's like irritating that I have to prove that I am clinically diagnosed, even though they're the ones that fucking diagnosed me in the first place, that I need this level of help. And it's like, imagine you have to go to the hospital every time that you need your gauze changed for a medical like every time that you have a fucking like let's say you have a broken arm, like a permanently broken arm, and you keep getting crutches that by schedule break every 2 weeks, and at the end of the 2 weeks they're looking at you like, what do you need these crutches for, you fucking crutch abuser? It's like, motherfucker, you guys haven't figured out a way to cure the shit, so obviously I'm gonna need the fucking crutches. Like, so like that's number one. And it's just so fucking irritating. It becomes so fucking irritating at times. So the only time that they had for me to actually get a prescription refill to get back on track actually is after the fucking exam. Like, that's the only time that they had to actually get my prescription refilled was after the exam, and it's extremely annoying. So what I'm planning on doing, and hopefully they can accommodate this, is at the very least making it so that my prescription refill information gets transferred over to my primary care physician and they can refill it whenever this person that I'm seeing, my psychiatrist, is busy. Because for some fucking reason, my psychiatrist tends to be busy like 2 months at a time. So she typically gives me like 2 months worth of like my medication, and sometimes I just forget to get the refill like 3 months out, like get the refill, because it's basically I take we've discussed it, and I basically take my medication on an as needed basis. And sometimes, because I go on that schedule, I sometimes forget to get the like prescription refilled. So it'd probably be like 3 months that I go and the fucking medication hasn't been refilled. And then during that time that I need my prescription refilled, the only time that they're able to see me is at the end of the month when I actually need my medication, and I would be on the first of the month, you know? So I would have to go like 28 days without my medication, and then they will see me for an appointment, and then I can ask them, can they refill my prescription? And then we go through this whole freaking song and dance, and I'm just like, okay, this is fucking irritating. I'm just going to request that my prescription refillability be filled out, be like done by my like fucking primary care physician, and the checkups and any kind of communication on how I'm doing and regular like visits be done by them. They can see how I'm doing with certain medications. If they want to change my medication to a different prescription, like if there's something that happens or something like that, then I go to the psychiatrist and then I make an appointment with them to actually talk about changes in the prescription itself. But for the refills themselves, I feel like that should be handled by my primary care doctor. So I'm going to talk with my psychiatrist and see if we can coordinate something so my prescription refills can be handled by my primary care physician, and the maintenance and like upkeep of the medication and stuff like that, and seeing how my body's responding to it, can be handled by my psychiatrist, if that makes any sense whatsoever. If you're watching this and you actually deal with this kind of type of stuff when it comes to like controlled substances and medications, you absolutely can like relate to what I'm talking about, because this becomes extremely fucking annoying after a while, because there are so few psychiatrists that are willing to actually work with people who are diagnosed ADHD, and it's like, it's incredibly infuriating after a certain point, you know? But yeah, that's where I am with that whole fucking thing. And oh my God, that was a heavy ass yapping session. I am gonna eat my food, and then after I eat my food, I'm probably gonna go to the gym just to work on my arms. I actually got pre-approval from my doctor to actually go to the gym, specifically for my upper body, because my legs are still still like not really working to their optimal capacity, and it's not really recommended for me to be putting weight on them when I'm still feeling twinges of pain like this in certain specific areas, like behind my kneecap. It's a whole fucking situation. I can't fully get into it, but the surface level stuff is, there's like, after a couple of surgeries, like my knee has been a little bit like hurting here and there, to the point where it's like difficult to walk at some points, because it feels like whenever I put pressure on my knee in certain ways, it feels like it's going to snap. It feels like it's going to snap. But I've talked to my surgeon about like post-op care. We're within that 6 month period, and it feels like, okay, there's a fucking ambulance driving past. Let me pause. Okay, I think they're gone. But yeah, it basically feels like there's like a large twang of pain in my left knee whenever I'm walking, and there's certain points of pressure that I put on it that make it hurt like really fucking badly. And it's basically healing, but it's still weird because my body weight basically makes it so that my weight has shifted in ways that basically make it less conducive. And they're fucking back. Hold on, pause. Welcome to New York City, baby, where something's either always on fire or somebody just got shot. Either one. It's never in between. But regardless, yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the surgery. Like with my knee, it basically is like very like painful sometimes. Like for example, whenever I cross the street, there are some times when I get like sharp stinging pains in my knee, and it feels like it's locking, or like it's about to bend in a way that it's not supposed to bend. And I think that's because when I walk, I basically have to get used to not locking my knee back, because it's like painful when that happens. So it's like, whenever that happens, and I basically have to like damn near hobble across the street whenever that happens, because I'm not trying to fucking get injured again. So, you know, but they basically approved me to go to the gym for my upper body so I can actually not have my arms atrophy. So at the very least, that's good. So I can take the bus to go to Planet Fitness. And then once I get to Planet Fitness, I'll work out on my arms and my chest and my shoulders, so I can at the very least make sure that my upper body is still getting the juice that it needs, still getting the protein pump, baby. What the fuck is wrong with me? Actually, protein is one thing that I'm actually trying to fucking increase my intake on. So when I go out, I might go to the fucking grocery store so I can get some fruits and stuff so I can make some protein shakes more often, because that actually sounds like something that I do need to start looking into more. Because, for example, I do have, god damn it, these fucking cars. That lets you know the fucking New York City mindset right now. Somebody's house is probably burning down. I'm over here like, you're inconveniencing me. But like, shit. So yeah, I need more protein in order for me to actually get the muscle definition that I'm actually looking for. Because right now, whenever I make like a fist, or like I flex my arms, it's mainly just subcutaneous fat, and it doesn't really look that appealing. I want to look like I'm fucking swole, so I'm gonna probably need to increase my protein intake. That's why I bought like a fucking container of protein isolate, like whey protein isolate, unflavored, so I can add that to any drinks that I'm making or something like that, so I can actually have a nice way to increase my protein intake without having to deal with like the flavored bullcrap that most protein shakes do for some reason. And I feel like that is really nasty that they do that. I don't want to taste birthday cake or anything like that. I know I just said that I am the type of autistic where it's like, oh, I can't taste anything. I don't like tasting things that are flavorless. But it comes to a certain point when you're trying to make something flavored and you fuck it up so much to the point where it tastes like chemicals. Like, that is nasty as shit. 90% of these daggone like freaking protein shake companies make protein powder that says it's gonna taste like freaking it's gonna taste like birthday cake. It's gonna taste like, oh, it's gonna taste like ice cream. It's gonna taste like vanilla, fucking fruity pebbles. But what it actually tastes like is fucking real pebbles that you found on the side of the road from a fucking sweatshop, god damn it. Like, it tastes like pennies that you fucking scraped up from a goddamn bank floor. Like, why is it that most damn protein shake companies don't understand that protein isolate is like flavorless protein powder is the way to go? Because at the very end of the day, when it's like flavorless, I can add flavors to it to make it more suitable to the way I like it. Because if I have flavorless protein powder, I can make it peanut butter flavored one day if I like peanut butter if I want peanut butter that day. I can make it banana flavored if I want bananas that day. I can make it freaking ice cream flavored and just dump some ice cream in it if I really gave a fuck, you know? I can mix it up. I can remix it. But if you add flavor to protein powder, I am locked in to whatever nasty ass chemically flavor you picked for that fucking protein powder. And it's annoying as shit that the fucking flavorless protein powder is so unpopular and uncommon that I have to buy it on Amazon. Like, that's so goddamn annoying. I don't want to have to buy it on Amazon. I want to be able to go to my goddamn grocery store and buy it off the shelf. Because Jeff Bezos' fuck ass wants to make it so that I can't own my goddamn electronics. Let's fucking talk about that shit. The fucking rampant, like, incessant need to make everything like a subscription service is so goddamn stupid, to the point where I am genuinely encouraging people to be like, yo, like, de-invest from these goddamn companies, boycott their stocks, short them, take short positions on these goddamn companies, like devalue their stocks so much to the point where they stop doing this stupid shit. The only reason why they feel like they can get away with it is because they feel like your dollar doesn't matter enough to them to where they can lose you as a customer. But if you devalue their stock by either selling it or encouraging other people to sell it, it makes it so fucking impossible to ignore that they stop doing this stupid shit. Because Jeff Bezos is still a bitch boy to his goddamn investors. Fucking Mark Zuckerberg is still a bitch boy to his goddamn investors. Elon Musk is still a bitch boy to his goddamn investors. Because as many of these people that there is, they're still going to have to fucking kowtow to their fucking investors at the end of the day. And there's nothing that they can do to fucking escape that reality, however much they don't like it, you know? Like, we should really start encouraging boycotts of people's stocks instead of boycotting their products, because if you devalue the stock, you make the company bleed. Whew, that was a whole lot of yapping, but anyways, I feel like I have talked about enough in this video, but as always, Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, then please hit that like button down below. If you want to watch more content like this in the future, then please hit that subscribe button and hit that little notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the things that I do in the future. And if you have the time to check out my Patreon, it's $1 a month, and there's not really any exclusive stuff behind it. It basically just equates to a monthly thank you. Basically means that I can do this full time at a certain point, but it's never obligated. It's never fucking mandatory. The best thing that you can do is share this video and my other videos with as many people as possible. Retweet my videos if you see them on Twitter. Fucking clip some of my content, put it on Twitter. I don't fucking care. Like, put my shit on Reddit. I don't give a fuck. Just make sure to credit. Well, fucking my videos have splash screens. Like, who fucking cares? So yeah, just fucking share my shit with as much people as possible, because that's the best way that you can make sure that I actually have some milk and cereal money at the end of the month. But as always, I love every last one of you. Make sure you're drinking some water, stretch every day, and go to the gym, get some exercise, get some fresh air. Tell your family members you love them. Tell your mom you love her. Tell your family you love them. Tell your friends you love them. And take some time out for mindful meditation if you can. And as always, stay saucy. This is your boy, and as always, this is your boy LilSauceLegend telling all y'all to stay saucy. That's how I usually say it. See, I'm getting it back.